Yeah, November 2009. Just a veritable hodgepodge of small things which collectively, well, we hate that word, lead up to something big. Something wicked this way comes. Shortages of fly swoon. Shortages of fly swoon everywhere. Shortages of fly swoon everywhere. Shortages of swine flu vaccine, causing all these long lines to form, snaking around college campuses everywhere. What do you make about that one? You know, every time I see a picture of a line, it's always at a college, it looks like, because, you know, everybody's young, you know, all these little hot girls standing around in the rain with a freaking garbage bag on for a poncho, you know, because they spent all their money on alcohol and thongs or something. And has anybody else noticed that? I guess the kids are encouraged to skip class. Of course, in class they tell them how scary it is, swine flu. Even if you wear a condom, it won't protect you this time. We encourage you to skip class today because calculus is much less important. And knowing physics and economics, you don't need to know that because we're installing a central planning type of government anyway, so you'll be given a degree in communications or psychology, criminal law, and we'll send you out to some farming area to grind wheat into flour or something productive like that. Jobs, jobs, jobs! And, well, so the kids skip class, you know, a helicopter flies over the campus and they photographs hundreds of them standing in line, multitudes of them, waiting for a vaccine that isn't there and never was. And that is a protection against a global pandemic that isn't there and never was. But they're just keeping their options open. The, you know, Center for Disease Control. And speaking of options, the public option, whether the powers that be say it is in the plan or not, if you think about it, it is in the plan. Regardless of whether Nancy Pelosi tells you, little freshman congresswoman or man, that you're reluctant to vote for it because your constituents don't want the public option. And so she says, oh, that's okay, little one, it's not in there. We'll pull it out just so you... Will you vote? Do we have your vote if the public option is not in there? And they're going to pull it out of every little page where it says public option on there. All 2,000 of them. And then the public option won't be there. And this, you know, the little congresswoman, freshman, whatever, will say, yes, I'll vote for it as long as the public option isn't there because my voters don't want public option. So that's what I have to do in order to be reelected. And come back here and shine your shoes, Mrs. Pelosi. Can I fly in your 757 to San Francisco next time you leave for the Thanksgiving break? Only if you vote for the plan. Oh, done deal. Because I want to be just like you, Nancy. See, so it's what Daniel Patrick Moynihan used to call boob bait for the bubbas. Make some redneck, make some rube who is not wise to the ways and the machinations of the sub-basements of Capitol Hill and what is said on the subway between there and the Rayburn Building and the Library of Congress, Ark of the Covenant, the National Archives, the Art Museum, where them little trains underground take them. That's weird. The boob bait gets hatched for the bubbas. Yeah, some gullible suckers in Congress can be swayed. They're insecure of their grasp on power. Not too smart. Yeah, they can be dealt with and convinced, and their votes can be obtained in favor of passing health insurance reform. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. By merely telling them, okay, you win. We'll pull out the public option. The Republicans are so lame, man. You Republicans, why don't you all just go eat shit and die and go home and just... Anybody else come in. Just anybody else. Like this guy in New York, District 23, what's his name? Starts with an H. He's running against that scuzzy Flava lady. Yeah. Oh yeah, she dropped out, right? She says she can't afford to stay in the race. Then the next day she goes and endorses the Democrat. See? See, man, Spidey sense was tingling, man. Commie sense. It's commie sense was tingling, man. On anybody who, any conservative type Republican, real Republican, free marketeer, entrepreneur, people who understand the way things really work. They knew it. They saw through this disguise and the look in her eyes. And so they told her to eat shit and dies. But the Republicans are so lame, man. Can't they come up with anything else? Their big protest for this whole thing is that it's 1/6 of the U.S. economy. I mean, come on, man. It's flashbacks from the gay in the military 90s when Nudie, the Gingrich who stole Christmas, was Speaker of the House, and they shot down Hillary Care for being 1/7 of the economy. So, right on, ye right-wingers, man, for turning it up a fractional notch from 1/7 to 1/6, making it a little bit bigger. Where have you guys been while the government has taken over General Motors, Citigroup, AIG, numerous other small banks, numerous other big banks, General Electric, NBC, CNBC, MSNBC, AP, NYT, CIT, I told you so. Wait, there's more. I just can't remember all this, man. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac now own 70% or more of all the private mortgages in this entire land. And with CIT going bankrupt, the biggest holder of commercial property, are saying they can't make it because all of that is foreclosing. Now, so how much percent of the economy, Republicans, is that? Huh? Is that at least another 1/6 or something? I'd say right now it's like 3/6, 1/2. Damn close. Okay, 2/6, 1/3. And then if they pass health insurance reform, it'll be 1/6 right off the bat. And then they'll get all the insurance companies to fold, because the public option, like I said, is in the plan. And so the public option will be the only option, because they will just squeeze the health insurance companies to death. You don't think it's true, man? You're just lying to yourself and everybody else. You're just like Obama, just nothing but lies. And Pelosi. These people are giddy. They're drunk with power. They think they got momentum. We're going to shut them down. One more thing, man. If you really believe that the Russians created snow to fall over Moscow this weekend, then you really, man, the world's too full of you fucking global warming suckers, dude. If they can't, why don't they just say how they did it, huh? They went to the moon, and they got a space shuttle, and they got an SDI, Star Wars, and they got the atomic bomb. They did all that stuff before us. If anybody could make snow first, it would be the Americans, don't you think? The Russians made snow in Moscow on the first weekend in November. Huh, who would have thought that snow would fall in Moscow in northern Russia in November? Isn't that far-fetched? I'll believe you when you make snowfall on July 4th. Okay, Russia? Mankind can't do anything in this world. Just can't. Mankind can't do a damn thing in this world to screw it up. Or fix it if it is screwing up. If the world was getting warmer, it would be something beyond our control. And if it was getting cooler, it would be beyond our control. Don't sweat it, Virginia. Just buy the biggest frickin' SUV with the biggest V8 you can, and put all the gasoline you want in that baby. As long as the government gets out of the way, it'll be cheap and we'll be free. Man, this was the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now it's becoming the land of the easy to lead and the home of the slave. And pretty soon it'll be the land of disease and the home of the grave. All you global warming suckers, think about that. Take care, pumpkin.